Wake up and smell the coffee with the Afri-Culture Concepts channel, where we provide naturally flavored organic coffees from all over the African continent. Right now, our featured blend is the Cafe Tuba. It's a roasted and finely grounded African coffee with African coffee beans from East to West Africa. These particular African coffee blends are most popular in Senegal and Guinea-Bissau. And West Africa in general is known for its brewed and spicy aftertaste that opens up your nasal cavity, which has you feeling awake and ready to take on the world. And when I say we bringing coffees from all over the continent, I'm serious because we have a diversified inventory of African coffees for sure. We want to bring you African coffees with diversified origins, so we should come up to mind whenever you wonder where to buy Ethiopian Yerga Chefi coffee. Yes, sir. We just made a big purchase and added another product to the menu. We got that famous coffee from Ethiopia, that Yerga Chefi coffee. It has a slight fruity flavor and a bright acidity and a silky mouthfeel that are some of its hallmarks of this famous coffee in Ethiopia. Make sure you type in panafricancoffee.com so you can grab those coffees from all over the continent and have them right on your doorstep. Today, I want to point out some things from ancient West African social systems that they practice to help them thrive and become powerful West African states that have left their marks throughout history and use our current situation to show what we can change in order to have better outcomes in a more persistent fashion. As mentioned by Pierre Damien Mvuyukere, during the first 1200 years of the Common Era, there appeared a procession of large indigenously organized societies in western, central, and eastern sections of West Africa, generally in the vicinity of the Senegal and Niger river basins or the region around Lake Chad. These societies included ancient Ghana, the Susu, Gao, Mali, Songhai, Kanembornu, the Takrur, the Du, the Hausa, Kiri, the Masi, and the Dangomba. In ancient West Africa, the Saharan trade route and Islam were no more significant than at least five other crucial factors: the regular production of food surpluses and an associated population growth. The Kafu, basic political unit in the West African savannah, widespread knowledge of iron metallurgy, the economics of military innovations, and the singular significance of gold. Among Mande speakers, the basic state in the Western Sudan started with the clan or kinship lineage who acknowledged a common founding ancestor and inhabited an identifiable territory with boundaries that were sometimes overt, but in other cases amorphous. As chief or clan head, aka Dugutigi, the group might select either a patriarch who was recognized as a direct descendant of the first clan settler or a person who had demonstrated skills and clan integrity. They also elected a council of elder advisors. Mande speaking cultivators included the Soninke, the Wangara, the Wakore, the Sarakule, the Susu, the Malinke, and the Jula generally used iron tools and iron weapons, according to evidence found in excavations at Jenne Jinno in the Niger Bin area. They had been doing so since at least the 3rd century BCE. At least 13 iron smelting furnaces dating from the 5th to the 3rd centuries BCE have been found in Taruga and the Baruchi Plateau of contemporary Nigeria. Taruga was part of the Nok culture sites, which includes examples of the oldest African sculptures of the human form. Iron workers had both economic and spiritual power within West African societies and at times political power. Among Mende speakers, the blacksmith was a mythical hero who descended from the sky and brought fertilizing water to a parched land. Traditionally, blacksmiths and smelters were typically seen as the bringers of life and civilization through the forging stone, aka the mother stone, and the anvil. Some scholars, such as R. Holland and Augustine F. C. Hole, believe that the intensification of iron production is directly associated with the rise of Ghana and other successive rulerships as a centralized state, and that the central authority had either to control the process and volume of iron production in its immediate region or to control access to that process if it intended to maintain its superiority in that region and continue to expand its boundaries. So, to make a few points, with this being the frame of reference to compare to our current situation in the United States, for one, we valued ourselves. We valued our skilled workers just like any other society did and still do now. Another thing that I see nowadays that have changed from the past that I think can help us rebuild our communities in America, the Caribbean or Africa, was the big dissemination of knowledge of valuable trades. I see a big difference in the general focus of the important parts of society, like having skilled trades and promoting the importance of the sciences. These materials are very important for nation building. Everybody has to know what their roles are, and as a nucleic family structures, those values are not only passed down from generation to generation, but are preserved in order to withstand time. Nowadays, with the resistance to form a real family unit, we as a people have been deterred by young people becoming parents, having kids out of wedlock, therefore causing a brain drain in elderly wisdom that we once had no issue with in the past. The elders are the ones that oversee all the family and extended family disputes. The elders are the ones that have the wisdom of the days before us. They found out how the world works way before we did. Without the elders, we have no foundation. Without the elders, we have no community cohesion. The elders set the tone and regulated cultural practices, norms, and adaptations under serious speculation and sound judgment. But nowadays, the elders are children themselves, which has us headed in the wrong direction, like a school bus with no driver. I'm not sure what happened to our manual dexterity, but nowadays, working with your hands and using iron tools, working outside in the agricultural environment, is looked down upon within our ranks, which is completely different from our rich past, as you can see that anthropologists have dug up tons of iron tools used for agro-pastoral practices that fed large kingdoms and secured economic supremacy in West Africa for thousands of years. We have the old playbook to success from ancient times and more modern times that we can observe, not to find victimization, but to focus on the productivity we use in order to make economic progress and the necessary practices we need in order to achieve cultural cohesion, because there are some of the things it takes to build nations. I hope this was a good motivational speech for you guys. And I hope it helps you wake up and smell the coffee.